Michelle Lansberg. I am the Executive Director of Advanced Thief River, and I am super excited today. We are going to be talking with Michelle Gjerde, who is the owner of Propel Marketing, and Michelle is going to be speaking to our Trek group on August 5th in Thief River Falls. So Michelle, thank you for joining us, and maybe tell us a little bit about your background in marketing and just maybe just touch on Propel a little bit and what it is that you do.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'll start with that, a little bit about Propel. Basically what I like to do is help companies figure out ways to grow. And that means marketing and preparing to sell and getting the word out, building a brand, also coming up with campaigns. And I call it targeted marketing is really one of my phrases and taglines for Propel. And that means understanding who you're selling to and what messages hit a nerve, how you're going to get some more business and attract customers.
Well, that's great. As somebody who's been in the business consulting world for 25 years, I think often about businesses and profitability. And, if we're going to increase our profits, there's only really two things we can do. We either need to increase our income or cut our expenses. That's the only way to increase our profit. And if you're going to increase your income, marketing is so important. And so I'm all about marketing, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us on August 5th.
Well, great. Yeah, I can certainly give a little more insight on the story I want to share. I guess a couple different stories. I wanted to share some of my background. I've been very fortunate in my career where I started after college working for a company called Gateway. Gateway 2000 is what it was called back in the day, and Gateway Computers. Some of the younger folks may not be as familiar, but it was a time when PCs were becoming prevalent in every household. First time out of college, and Gateway was a very unique company in that they marketed themselves with a lot of unique and kind of whimsical imagery, like cow spot designs, and did a lot of creative advertising. So I thought it would be interesting to share some of that as an example because the company did compete with big names like HP, Compaq, Dell. So I had such a unique experience there. It really formed my interest in marketing. It's how I became passionate about what I do. So I wanted to start with sharing some of that. And then the crux of my presentation is based on one of my favorite marketing authors. His name is Seth Godin. And one of my favorite books that he's written is called The Purple Cow. And really the bottom line of the message around the Purple Cow book is how to differentiate, how to be known and recognized and remarkable. He means a purple cow is one way to really stand out above the competition. And this book is not new. It was written in the early 2000s, but a lot of its lessons are still applicable. And what I'd like to share is based on that as a jumping off point, how marketing is different. Marketing is very different today than it used to be. And it's not easier. It's harder. The internet has really leveled the playing field and also made a lot of extra noise and confusion, making it even harder for companies to rise above the noise and stand out. But there are some really powerful ways. So the good news is there's some effective ways that companies without a big budget can learn some of these tricks of the trade and build a blueprint for marketing success.
Yeah, I love that. And I think the Purple Cow philosophy, that is a timeless. The book might have been out, a few years ago, but that is a timeless approach and very relevant today, if not even more relevant than when it first came out. Very, very important. So I think, you talked a little bit about key message. When we talk about a blueprint in marketing, what are we really talking about? What do people need to know? What would we understand about that?
Right. I'm very passionate about taking time to, roll up our sleeves and have a strategy and a plan. And that's really what I mean by blueprint. If an architect was going to build a house, they wouldn't just start nailing boards and going through a list of here's everything we have to do. They would first step back and have a design and a plan and a goal of what do we want to accomplish? What's the end outcome that we're going for? And I think with companies being short on time and resources and so many options, I see it over and over again where people just want to hammer through a to-do list and do what they've always done. Okay, we're going to do trade shows. We're going to do social media. We're going to do Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, everything. And I think what I encourage clients to do that has made a difference for them is hold on, you don't have to do everything and you can't do everything well. So let's pick and choose based on your goals, your roadmap, your ideal customer, because it's a mistake, really. I mean, unless you're McDonald's or somebody, to say that you market to everybody. You really have to pick and choose what is that targeted audience and how am I going to reach them and what am I going to say. So the blueprint is, it's not rocket science, but it's putting a little more thought into marketing. And I think just like you mentioned about the Seth Godin book being more relevant today, I think the thinking and strategy is even more relevant today. And a lot of times it's an afterthought.
Yeah, that is so true. And I just love the idea of creating that plan. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? You'll never
Exactly.
know. You'll never know. So I think it's very, very important to have those concrete goals. And I just love everything you just said. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing from you on August 5th at Trek. Just for our audience that maybe hasn't been to Trek for a while, or you've never been to Trek, Trek is for anybody that is either in business or wants to start a business. It's open. There's no cost to attend. There's no attendance requirements. We have free coffee. We just encourage you to come on out. It's very informal. We have a great time. There's usually a lot of laughter and a lot of great sharing. In addition to this great information that Michelle is going to be sharing. And again, that is August 5th, 8:30 to 9:30. So if you've got a business you need to get back to, we'll be done by 9:30. You can get back to business. The location is 102 Main Avenue North in Thief River Falls. That is the old Carnegie, where the Chamber of Commerce office is located, as well as the Visit Thief River Falls office. Anything else, Michelle, that you'd like to say to our Trek audience?
I just might add that again, this is a great organization, and everyone is welcome to share comments and questions. It's healthy and not negative in any way. It's a chance for people that have a business or are starting a business to come ask questions, learn from your peers. And I look forward to sharing from some of my marketing experience. I've been fortunate to have about 30 years of experience, and I'm happy to answer any questions and help anyone as the best I can.
That's awesome. So come with your questions. Come with your questions, and Michelle will be there to answer, and we will have some great discussion and some great coffee too while we're at it. So yeah, nothing like a little caffeine in the morning, right?
Right.
So hey, thanks, Michelle, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody on August 5th.